Hello and welcome to Behind the Wire. A lot of ranch work is exciting, hands-on, in the pasture, working cattle. But today, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm still somewhat working cattle, but I'm working cattle from the garage. So let's talk about it. So as you can see, I'm making tags. I am currently making tags for the replacement heifers. So when we preg check our heifers, if they're bred, they're going to get a cow tag, and they will keep this tag their whole life on the ranch. You can buy tags that are pre-made, but what I like to do is Dremel in my cow's numbers into these tags. That way it can be custom, and honestly, I just enjoy crafting the tag. Personally, I think that Ritchie tags are the best tags used for cows because you can engrave them, you can customize them, personalize them, you can put a heart on them, you can put a flower on, whatever you want to draw, you can do it. I use numbers and letters to identify my cows. Now I use different tags for baby calves when I'm calving and I'm tagging calves. Those are not Ritchie tags. I actually use a cheaper tag since they have a shorter life for the most part. And if it's a heifer that's going to become a cow for us, they're eventually going to be getting cow tags, permanent cow tags. So I don't spend a bunch of money on calf tags, but I do like a calf tag that is not going to fall out of their ear and it's going to last long enough for me. So what I've found to be the best tag for me for calves are these All-Flex one-piece ear tags. And I've used other types of cheaper tags in the past and I've lost a bunch of them. And ever since I started using these All-Flex tags, I have not lost a single tag. I have not had a single split ear from getting caught and tearing on something. And I just think they're pretty sharp. The cow tags that I use, you have to use a Dremel engraver to put their numbers on there. With the calf tags, if you've seen any of my calving videos, you've seen that I just use a marker on these tags and I can make them anywhere, right there in the pickup or side by side, forward, wherever you're at. If you have a marker and a tag, you can make a tag real quick and easy. The calf tags are actually a one piece and they don't need a button to stick into the ear, whereas the Ritchie tags need a button. So both tags, they require different taggers. Now you can see with the calf tag, it is a one-piece tag. It's got a poke in it that goes in from the front of the ear straight through the back, and then it holds it in place like that. It requires this tagger right here, which you open up, point the needle up, and there's a hole up in the tag, and you bend the tag straight like that. Put it back through, put it through the ear, and once it's through the ear, it'll pop back up like that. Does that make any sense? Now the Ritchie tag is a little bit different because it's a two-piece tag. You have your tag, but nothing to hold on to the ear. So you make your tag. Here's your tagger. You clip it on open and it holds your tag in place. Then you need to get a button slip it onto the needle, and now you're ready to tag. The button will actually poke through the tag right there. It can go in, but it can't come out. So I've seen these last, well, a lot of people have seen these last a very long time in cows' ears. So I really like using them. They're pretty sharp looking, pretty stout too. So to get the calf's number on a calf tag, you just use a marker. But when you are using engravable tags, you need an engraver. So Here's the end result of a tag. And as you can see, the white is under the blue, so when you engrave it, it turns white wherever you engrave. Here's the engraver that you have to use. It's a Dremel, I guess it's a Dremel brand. Is it really called a Dremel, or is that just a brand, like Kleenex brand Kleenexes? Vice grip branded vice grips. So you just turn it on, and you can engrave anything. Like the cooler that I just engraved into for no reason. So if the vet says good, or bred, or second cycle, or first cycle, hopefully all just first cycle. If the vet says that they're bred as he's preg checking them, then I will cut out their calf tag out of their ear, and I will have a spreadsheet that'll show what their original number was, so I remember for sure what they are, and so that I can look back, because I'm always looking back to see who was that, because they get all fat on cover crops and bred, and they have brand new tags, and I'm so used to seeing them without cow tags. Now it's a brand new number. Sometimes I forget who they are. So we're set up to make cow tags, but first we got to figure out our numbering system. So I'm at 127 on this tag, and you may have noticed the J. What does the letter mean? So the heifers that calved here, right by the house last year, they had an H on them. And what the letters mean to me is the year that they were born. I like to use letters because it's way different than numbers, so it just works for me that way. Right here in the red book, we have an international year letter designations for animal identification. Now, there's some letters that are skipped in there because they could look like numbers. Like I, for instance, could be a 1. So last year when we were preg checking the heifers, we ended with 121H. So we're starting with 122J for this year's heifers. So anyways, I'm gonna quit rambling and let's make some tags. I'm gonna get this cleaned up and then put some mineral in the pickup and go put some out. So if you guys have time, I could use a hand. Mineral is an ongoing thing, but you can't really complain because the cows can't go to the feed store to go pick it up themselves. And that's why we're here. Because cattle need their nutrition and minerals just like we do. We're not all that great at taking our vitamins, but we probably should be. And if we were having a calf every single year of our life, just about, we'd probably pay more attention to what we're lacking. Want to help me out, buddy? Feeding mineral has been helpful to me because I think maybe finally I'm starting to realize what 50 pounds feels like. So if somebody asks me, how much you think that thing weighs? And it's close to 50 pounds, then I can be of some help to that person. But if it's not close to 50 pounds, I have no idea. I have no idea how much that thing weighs. Alrighty. Let's go put some mineral out. I have a Holley 4-barrel carb I put on this 300. So yeah, it's pretty fast. Just 2 bags of salt. Which, funny enough, is almost as much salt as I put on any sort of pasta. One of the first times that Ashlyn came up here to visit when we were dating, she put mineral out with me, and she said that, oh, I've got it handled, that she had it handled, because back in the day, she claimed she was in the Olympics for putting mineral out. She was on a mineral putter-outer team, and she said that her nickname was the West Texas Mineral Maiden. And I believe it, because she's real good help with it. But today, I do not have my West Texas Mineral Maiden with me today, because she actually today's the first day with kids at school. So she's a 2nd grade teacher, so she's got a brand new bunch, and hopefully things are off to a great start. Teaching the little kiddos most everything that I wasn't paying attention to when I was in 2nd grade. This cow is getting pretty close to calving. I just have 3 cows out here that will be having a fall calf. She's getting pretty close. Alrighty, let's get her done. put out. Here comes sweet baby Ray and big ol' Hank Jr. They used to be the same size. That's what happens when a calf will not bum on cows. Well, guys, there you have it. We learned about our cow numbering system, cow tags, calf cutters, or tag cutters, buttons, Dremels. We put mineral out. Boy, we learned a bunch of stuff. We also checked cattle. But thank you for joining me today, and we will see you next time right here behind the wire.